Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. All right, partner.
How you doing? How you doing?
I tell you what, I am doing fine. How are you doing?
Ooh, aside from all of this winter weather we're experiencing, I'm
Winter
okay.
weather and the ugliness that happens on the national level. So all
Oh,
of that trying
oh
to
yes.
survive. But you know what? I'm not reacting. I'm going high when folks go low.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm doing all right. Hanging in here.
Girl, you just reminded me that I did not speak to you about a certain
Oh
social
yeah.
media post
Yeah.
that went
And we
public.
cannot talk about this online. All
Okay,
right.
okay,
On the
okay, okay.
show. That's
Yeah.
an offline discussion, but folks, you know what we're talking about. But anyway, Teresa, I tell you what,
What?
January has ended already, and
Whatever.
we are moving through February at a pace that really, really, really concerns me.
Oh, ready, Lou. February.
Already.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, who approved that,
I'm
right?
telling you,
Because
yeah.
I feel like January just walked in, took off its coat, and said, "Yeah, I gotta head out. Bye-bye."
I know, right? So rude. January was just rude. January said, "You good?" and kept it moving. It didn't even pause long enough for me to answer. How very rude.
I know. And that's when it hits you. Time is not waiting on me to get myself together.
Not even a little bit. You know, Teresa, you and I spoke briefly earlier today about, the recent passing of someone that we
Mm,
know and care for, and it just happened out of the blue. So, no, time is just not waiting, and things happen so quickly from one day to the next. It's not waiting, not even a little bit.
it doesn't slow down because you're tired or confused or trying to figure things out. It just keeps on moving.
I know. And time, you didn't care about your little vision board that you worked so hard on when you went through the magazines and got all the little clippings and you got stuff in the categories that you wanted and it looked so pretty and you had your goals for your life. Time does not give a rip about your vision board.
Okay, so I feel a little shade in that, but I'm gonna let that slide.
You think? I know you are all into that.
Yeah, I'm feeling there's a little shade coming somewhere there, but okay. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't mention my little planner.
I thought about it, but I thought I'd pull back. But I tell you what, really, time doesn't care about the fact that you said, you know what? I'll start in February. Okay, spoiler alert. It's February. Did you start it yet? We're not judging. I'm just asking. The thing that you said, you know what? Now, see, that's the way the good Lord works. Now, see, I'm messing with you about the vision board, and I got convicted about my yoga because I said I start in February, and it's February. And as I was saying those words, I felt like, oh, this one for you because you said you would return to yoga in February, and here I sit and I have not been. So that's the way things work. Karma is a you know what. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
time said, cool. I'll check back with you in March.
I tell you, that's the way it is. And that's really, Teresa, I mean, we're laughing, but that's really what makes time different from everything else. You know,
Mhm.
you can make more money. You can rebuild relationships. You can revisit things. You can get another job. You know,
But you can't get back a Tuesday.
no, Not even a little bit. It's
Mhm.
gone. It's
Gone.
done.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You ever look up and realize you're in a completely different season of life than you were, and you don't even remember the transition?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
funny, the funny thing about it is, Lou, I know I consider time a construct, honestly. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
celebrate New Year's January 1, right?
Yeah.
Um, in the time leading up to that, we're all doing the prep work to make sure that the new year is going to be successful and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
And okay, so did some of that. But honestly, like I just said, I can't remember because this year I swore it wasn't going to be like last
I
year. I
know. I
was
know.
not going to be as busy as
Yeah.
last year. This
Yeah.
year was going to be the year to slow it down a bit
Yeah.
and remember those transitions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like the little shade you gave me earlier, I
Yeah.
haven't pulled out that vision board. Ugh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I do I do use the planner every day, but do I honor everything that I've planned?
Yeah.
No, because time is flying and I'm way too busy.
I'm telling you, and Teresa, I'm serious. I cannot believe in just a few days, really, we'll be into mid February.
Right.
And I mean, we're there already. It's like one day you're young, and having a great time, and you're thinking to yourself that a 30-year-old cousin is old. You know how it was, and but things they change so rapidly, and now I find myself saying more frequently than I care to admit. Now, I really can't eat that after 7 o'clock. That doesn't agree with me.
Or I need to stretch before I do this.
I know, right? I'm gonna tell you, but
Yeah.
that's very true because Teresa, I have a whole routine that I have to do
Hmm.
before I go play pickleball. I mean,
Right,
it's a
right.
whole routine. I mean, I have this set group of exercises I must do so that I don't injure myself. So much so. Now she picks at me about it. He's like, so you got to do all of that to go play pickleball. And I told him, I said, you know what? It works. I'm not getting injured, so I have to do what I have to do. But going out and playing a sport, that's one thing. But I'm finding, and this is, I'm really sharing more than I planned to in this episode, but I have to do warm-ups. I got stretches I have to do when I get up in the morning. I got a
Oh
whole
yeah.
routine for that too. I'm
Right,
stretching,
right.
I'm bending my back and bending over. I'm doing my balancing on each leg and holding it for so many seconds. I got a whole thing I'm doing for me to be able to live my life, you
Well,
know.
Lou, we do digress a bit, but let me tell you something. Do those stretches at night.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
they'll be easier in the morning. Now we should get back to the episode.
Oh, okay. All right, Teresa, I'm doing them at the wrong time of the day. Well,
Yeah, do them at night.
I stretch in the afternoon, but I do stretch in the morning. So,
Yeah, no,
okay.
no, no problem there. And you should continue. There's nothing like waking up your muscles in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you stretch at night, you will find that it's easier in the morning.
Oh,
You will
okay.
not feel stiff
Now,
in the
see,
morning.
see, now you
Hmm.
done added a whole nother thing. See, now that's what I mean. It wasn't enough. I just told you I was doing all this. My whole day is taken up with this stretching and things, and now you're adding another one.
Well,
But
Lou, time flies.
I tell you what, and Teresa does. And the thing about time, it doesn't fly in big dramatic moments. It flies in your regular days, like what you were talking about before, that, just in the regular stuff, the repeated routines, just your normal weeks, your normal day-to-day activities. I get up in the morning and it's early, and before I know it, it's like 11 o'clock. 11, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened to my day?
That's the part that gets me. Life doesn't disappear, it accumulates.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? The thing about it is, let's just be honest. We've all wasted time. And so that's what we have to be careful with, to pay more attention to how we're spending our time.
Let me tell you something that happened to me this morning. Uh, I picked up my phone and I actually was texting someone,
Mm-hmm.
and a message popped up, and I didn't quite understand something, so I went to my friend Chat GPT.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's your friend. That's our
and
buddy.
and then there was a link in there to a YouTube video. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
that ended, I landed over in YouTube, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then once I got the information that I needed, I started to doom scroll. It was just one video after the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, Lou, 30 minutes had gone
Yeah.
by. You know what I did? I tossed the phone to the side and
Yeah.
said, "Oh
Yeah.
my goodness."
Yeah. And Teresa, you know what? You know, YouTube is your thing. And you know how quickly I can go down the rabbit hole on TikTok. Same
Mhm.
thing happens with me. I pull it up just to see what's happening. And before I know it, I'm all into it, all kinds of stuff, you know? And you can be scrolling and, like you say, just one thing after another. And before you know it, you've lost 30 minutes or sometimes even more if we're being honest.
And now you're mad,
Yeah.
tired, and too stimulated,
Oh,
right?
right.
Overstimulated.
Oh,
It is,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know what? The worst of all, when I'm on TikTok and I'm on there for a period of time and I don't even get to laugh or find something that will educate me about something, I'm telling you, I'm not happy.
So TikTok is educational.
Yes, yes. There are medical doctors on there and all kinds of professionals, and not even just professional, everyday people sharing tips and things that work for them, Miss Teresa.
You
Yes,
sound
it's
like you got a little
education.
attitude.
Yeah, yeah, because you know what? I eased up on your vision board. Don't talk about my education I'm getting on TikTok because I learned a lot of things on TikTok.
Oh, because anytime anyone sends me a TikTok link, it's not educational,
I have
and I don't
learned.
click it.
Well, you know, I've learned all kind of safety tips,
Mm.
on TikTok. So yeah, I've gotten some good information. Now a
So,
lot of stuff is
so
don't ask me what,
no,
but
no,
like,
no, not gonna ask you what,
well,
Lou. But here's the thing, right? I'm not throwing shade. It was you who said it.
okay,
You
well, let
said
me
you
just give
went
you an
through that
example.
10,
I did.
45 minutes
I did.
and you didn't laugh. So,
Well, I didn't, but let me tell you, like they have sometimes they give women safety tips for
okay.
like when you're out, when you're
Yeah.
traveling and you're
Yeah.
checking into hotels, how to be aware
Yeah.
of your surroundings. Many times they will, Teresa, we got this natural hair thing going on.
Hmm.
So they will talk to you about a product that might have worked for them. So yeah, I'm getting my education from TikTok. So don't you judge me.
I'm not judging you.
I tell you, but like I said, I could spend a lot of time and then I feel a little drained. I feel like I shouldn't have spent that much time on it. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. I get that.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what, Teresa? Here's something that really shifted my thinking. Time is one of the clearest ways that we show value, that we
Yes.
attach importance to something or someone.
Yeah. Giving someone your time is giving them your attention. And our attention is expensive when you think about it.
Well, that's very true because it absolutely costs you something.
Your phone, your distractions, your to do list, that's if you're doing it right.
That's right. If you're actually living in the moment and paying attention and interacting with people, yeah, that's going to cost you something. When someone gives you their time, they're saying to you that you matter.
And when we don't, well, that says something too, even when we don't mean it to.
Yeah, yeah. Because, if I'm talking to someone and I'm not getting any eye contact and they're distracted by their phone, and, it's not just for a minute when maybe they're trying to respond to something, but it's a bit longer than that, I'm looking at that thinking, wait a minute. Yeah. So, but you know what? We also have to say being busy is not the badge of honor that this society has made it out to be.
We talked about that though.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Normalizing exhaustion.
Yeah, yeah.
Exhaustion, being exhausted is not a personality trait.
Yeah, yeah. And people
Mhm.
seem to hold that in some type of high regard. We've normalized being unavailable, we've normalized being overwhelmed and stretched too thin. We made that seem like that's just that's the norm, that we're abnormal if we are not experiencing those things.
Right. And then we wonder why we feel so disconnected.
Yeah, yeah. Because our time is being spent, but not intentionally.
This is where Earrings Off comes in. We are big on intentional living, not perfect living.
Well, if you followed us for any period of time, you know Teresa's speaking the truth. We are big on that. We're not saying quit your job and move to a vineyard.
Ooh.
Although I want to say we ain't mad at you if you do that.
Unless you want to. In that case, call us.
Call
You'll
us.
be you'll be shocked at how quickly we can join you.
Oh yeah, you'll have two new best friends, I'll tell you that. And we won't be rude. We will be very intentional about spending our time with you. But being intentional means choosing presence more often than autopilot.
Choosing conversations that matter, rest that restores, and relationships that feed you.
So here's the pause moment. Ask yourself, no judgment, just honesty.
Where is my time actually going? Is a question that you can start with.
And when you ask that question, think about where my time is actually going, does that match the life I say I want? The life I aspire to have? The life that I say I'm working toward? Is it lining up? Does it match that?
Yeah, we encourage this because time doesn't lie. It tells the truth every time.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Your time will truly tell you your priorities. You can say what your priorities are. You can write them in journals and put them on the vision board, but your time and how you spend it, that tells you. So folks, again, January is gone. February is rapidly leaving. Whether that excites or scares you, let it remind you of one thing.
Time is precious,
You can't get it back.
but you can choose how you spend what's left.
So, Teresa and I, we say to you, we implore you, choose wisely, friend.
Time is flying, and every moment ahead is still a gift.
So, we want to leave you with just a few questions. Think about this. And if you need to listen to the episode again, do that so you can remember these questions. Where is most of my time actually going right now? And does it align with the life I say I want?
What feels like wasted time in my life? And what feels like time well spent? How do I know the difference?
I want you to think about this next one. Who am I consistently giving my time to? And who in my life might deserve more of my time?
Hmm. What have I been putting off because I believe I have more time?
If I looked back on this season of my life a year from now, what would I hope I spent more time on?
This is a good one, though. What is one small change I can make this week to spend my time more intentionally? Take a moment with these questions. No pressure, no guilt, just honesty. because time doesn't ask for perfection. It asks it asks for intention.
Folks, that's it for us today on Earrings Off. We thank you so much for joining us. You take good care.